All right, guys, I am stoked for today. Today I'm here with Morgan Pierce with Pierce Design and Build, and we are going to show Morgan's latest creation. This is awesome, dude.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
So let me give you a little bit background of Pierce Design and Build, who they are and what they do. So they build some amazing homes up here in the valley, basically northern Utah, right?
Yeah.
But just up here in the valley, specifically Eden, Huntsville, Liberty, you guys have just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, thank you.
The past, I think, 3 years, you've had homes up here in the Parade of Homes, and that's what this one, that we're 2023 Parade of Homes, and this is what you created. And it's cool because this one was your own house.
It is.
So, yeah.
It's been my dream my whole life.
Yeah.
So it's good to finally be here.
So it's awesome because the other ones that we were touring were other clients' builds and stuff like that, and you just went all out on this one. So
to quote my project manager, I went ham and cheese.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it. So we're going to give you a quick tour of this and kind of just showcase their work and what they do and how they operate. And yeah, let's jump into it.
Okay, so I'm going to start a little bit with this property because it's been a passion project for me. We found the lot. I had to convince my wife to come and move to Huntsville, which was a whole process that took a long time. But I found this lot and it was sitting for a long, long time because it had some challenging terrain. So it's sloping, has a drainage that runs right through the middle of it. So it's big. So people thought they wanted it first, but then they'd get into maybe looking at it and it was like, I don't want to deal with the drainage.
Well, I remember seeing this lot forever.
Yeah.
Just sitting on the market, yeah.
Yep. So that's my thing. Yeah. Not that I like to always fix things that are broken, but there's value in things that aren't necessarily traditionally seen as having value. So it had things that I liked. It had unique landscape and it was large and it was in Huntsville and I could get it for a relatively good price because nobody else wanted it.
So did you have the house plans already picked before the lot, or did you basically build this to the lot?
That's exactly what happened. So no, not at all. In fact, I didn't even have a clue what the house would look like on the lot. That's kind of the fun part, is you start lot, streaming what you could do. Then if you plug the right architect in, you plug the right vision for what you want in the house, and then you get input from the lot as far as its shape and what it's trying to communicate. I know that sounds like off to the side a little bit, but the land should communicate with the house and it should inform its shape, and it should inform its function, and that's what we tried to do here.
When a lot of people don't understand, oh, I want to walk out on this lot, and it's like, well, this lot doesn't really work for a walkout or whatnot. So
it kind of tells you what you should do a little bit.
Yeah. So who was the architect on this?
Architect is Studio 8, Cameron Lewis, and he's incredible.
Yeah.
So I brought him his lot, and he got stoked about it because if you get with the right architect, they get excited about a challenge, and this was a challenge. It had some parameters and some boxes that we couldn't move, right?
Yeah.
So we had to work within those parameters, and it's kind of fosters creativity, which I was excited about. It's why we went to him.
Right.
And it just, all the factors lined up, the lot, the architect, us, what we wanted. It was really fantastic.
Well, I love this breezeway, the bridge right here. That's incredible.
When we came to him, that's one of the only things we said we wanted was a bridge, and something old and something new. And he kind of took that and really went, like I said earlier, ham and cheese. And
it works good because the lot's this is a lot lower here.
Yeah.
And that steps up. So you're able to have a few elevations within the house.
The lot crowned this way.
Okay.
And then it also sloped this way.
Okay.
And so that allowed us to drop the garage, get an entrance, keep that part high up on the, I guess, the knob or the top of the hill.
Yeah.
It allowed us to sink it back into the hill so it felt nestled and grounded and all these things, but then you have this great exposure out front. You have a lot of vertical, and it's a fun experience to come and feel this ominous thing. Then as you start to weave through the house, you get more comforted, and it's low key, and you got views, protection, got all these really great things.
Yeah. So when we were, because we've been sitting here with the Parade of Homes just answering people's questions, and everybody's like, how big is this house? And I'm like, guess. And most of the time they're like 6, 7, 8,000 square feet. And I'm like, no, 36, 35, 65? Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So crazy, just under 3,600 square feet, and you have all of this.
Yeah.
But because of how you built it, you look at the walls and you just see windows, and it just goes on forever, and you see the house and you have beams flowing through.
Yes.
So it's amazing how you did that.
Yeah, and I mean, I would wish I could take credit for that, but I knew I was into architecture.
Yeah.
But the architect really, they get into those things. Like, it was important for me to dissolve the boundary of walls and try to blur the outside and inside as much as we could. And so he just was incredible at that.
Yeah.
And it's not just that, it's a whole concept of spatiality, blurring the boundaries, creating space, creating confinement and compression where it needs to be. And we took a lot of nods from really famous architects like Frank Lloyd Wright. You can see over here there's a little bird walk, as he would call it, right out in front of the tower. He had one of those in his super famous house in Wisconsin, and so we tried to speak some of the language of nature and housing in one.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it's awesome. So you have the bridge, which is amazing.
Yep.
And then this tower, talk about that. Like, what does that play in with the house, and why do you need it? And
yeah, couple roles. So on the cerebral side, it grounds things and it gives it a foundation, right? Like, we have all these floating things.
Yeah.
And so having something that like tried to tie it to the ground was important. And then structurally, that whole tower right there is a steel substructure, and it provides stability for the house. So if like the wind blows against it this way or this way, it's called a shear force.
Yeah.
And it helps protect the house from that, because there's so many windows. We don't have a lot of walls with sheeting that provide some of that structure.
Shear, yeah.
The shear structure.
So, and tell me, I can't remember, you have how many like structure beams? And
73.
73.
Yeah, there's so many. Half the house is just steel.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Which people don't understand, but like stick framing is one thing. I used to do that, but metal framing is a whole nother ballpark.
Yeah,
like,
it's a pain.
Yeah.
It's really hard, but
you can't just go back and cut the board, you know?
no, it's all got to be prefabricated, brought on site, bolted in place, and has to fit perfectly.
Yeah.
And you can't really do a lot of site customization like you can with wood framing.
No,
so we put the steel structure up first and then filled in all the gaps and holes with wood framing.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, let's take them inside, and maybe we can talk a little bit about how you wanted like the front door a little bit hidden, kind of like a journey.
Yeah, totally. So, I mean, we come up our driveway right there, and we just have, normally you'd want the front door right on the front of the house.
Yeah.
But for me, it was important that you had this experience, this journey. So we come down the sidewalk, you're experiencing the garage, you're hitting these gabion baskets. So it's like, my journey is like this. You can see just far enough ahead down the trail on your journey to find something interesting.
Yeah.
You walk there, and then a new vista or view or something interesting opens up. And so you get these turns.
And you see the bridge, and you're like, oh wow,
and then you're like,
there's the front door.
Yeah, and then you're in, exactly. So it's like this exploration thing that you just hit these fun little points, and it almost pulls you into the house.
Yeah.
And it makes for a little bit longer walk to your front door, but it makes it so much more fun.
Well, it's a journey. Like, people coming here, they'll want to just come here just for the journey.
Right? I hope so, yes.
Well, let's go inside.
By the time you get to the front door, I hope it's like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
So this is incredible. This is so cool. Just a steel
plate
coming out.
And we bolted it into the structure in the house, so it's like super strong, but it looks like it's just razor thin and floating there. And I love creating like the idea that like, how is that held up? How is that being, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like staying there, like these decks. They just, I don't know, they're almost just floating.
Yeah. When you
defy gravity.
You have a lot of like minimal maintenance items out here, like your railing, let it rust.
Let it rust.
Let it rust, like the rock. You don't have to do anything.
No, not at all.
Okay, so let's talk about the exterior siding right here.
Yeah, so philosophy on the exterior was make it look old, try not to impersonate anything. Like there's a concept of honesty in materials when you look at some kind of architecture forms. So we tried to take real materials like stone, wood, steel, and leave them as natural as possible, but we also needed it to last, right?
Right.
So what we did on this is we took an inexpensive Douglas fir that was heat treated. We looked at doing shasugibon, which is a technique from Japan where they introduce carbon into the wood by burning it. And you can vary the thickness, and it helps create a wear layer. So we decided that was a really cool look, but we didn't want just charred wood. So we decided to actually brush some of the carbon back off of it. So we get the benefits of having a carbon wear layer.
Yeah.
We get the benefits of being able to actually still see the wood and the grain and the variation, which was super important to us. Then we had the siding guys put a super high quality finish on it, so it's got a 50-year lifespan. It's got all the really cool aspects. It looks like old barn wood, but it's brand new.
Yeah.
And it's not like typical barn wood where you see where it's hyper rustic. It has a nice, modern, clean aesthetic.
Yeah.
But it has so much character. Each piece is different. You can see it's like brushed a little bit different from piece to piece.
Yeah.
And so there's like a lack of perfection, right?
It's so unique.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, but it's organized. It's not chaotic.
No.
But it's like endearing in some way.
Well, let's go inside.
Okay. All right. This door is one of my favorite parts. 4 feet by 10 feet. But
oh my God.
the structure that it comes into is like it has to scale appropriately, right?
Yeah.
So we've got like 30-foot high ceilings here.
That is crazy.
If I put a normal 8-foot door in here, it would just look like a mouse door.
Right.
So I think that's pretty fun.
And then on this lower level, you have like an office, piano room. It could be anything.
Entry stairs. Nothing real crazy down here, other than you can see concrete floors. We just polished them. Going back, we leave the concrete wall undone, and then we add touches of finish as it's appropriate. So
I love it.
yeah.
Okay.
And the whole idea of this side of the building was that it was old, you know what I mean? Nods to like maybe an old countryside cottage or a barn or carriage house of some kind. And then plaster walls.
Yeah, the lime plaster.
Yep, raw steel balusters. Like we just took what's an inexpensive raw material we could use, and we just started to try to apply that wherever we could in the house. Just a little bit of a variation on a normal theme. I feel like it elevates it a little bit.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
Yep, and maybe most people wouldn't even notice it, but you walk in and it feels like, oh, something's different in here.
It really does. Well, it's such a unique entryway because you have that, and that's just your entryway to greet people.
Yeah.
And then they see these tall ceilings, the plastered walls, that really cool rustic beam that you put in there.
Yeah.
The light is incredible. And then you get up here and you have a cool little landing area, and then you have this awesome bridge going to the kitchen living space.
Yep.
And then
bonus room.
Yeah, which
Kids.
This is amazing.
This was really important to us to have it over the garage.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of kids, and so we wanted to be able to say, you go over there, you shut the door, watch your movies, climb on the net, you go do your kid mecca thing.
Yeah.
And we can just have a little bit of separation,
well,
right?
This is the ultimate kid playhouse. Like hanging out in the net, watching Tarzan, like how appropriate is that?
Yeah, and we're gonna have food and all their toys and stuff back there, so that you'll be able to use it, hopefully put it back. They're not gonna put it back.
Yeah, I love it.
We'll put it back, but at least we have storage for it.
Yeah.
And it doubles as like a guest suite. We got a bathroom, we got a place for them to stay, fold out couch. So it'll be useful.
We can't
miss this.
We can't overlook the grocery cart lift access point.
Okay, real quick. So because the lot had so much slope, we ended up with levels in our house and stairs. One of the mitigating things we decided to do was add a grocery cart to help just make it easier. We've got so many kids that if you put the groceries on a cart, you lift it up here, I figured we could just roll it right into the kitchen.
Yeah.
Unload them right into the fridge there. So that cart just comes right up to this door. You can roll the cart into the kitchen. How cool is that?
So cool.
Yeah.
We're in the bridge right now. This is awesome. Like just windows on both sides. You can see everything. I mean, there's a sweet mountain bike trail. You can see the bridge right up there. It's incredible what you guys did with this, but it just gives it such a cool feel. And to be able to walk down and you see who's at your front door.
It's awesome.
Which is awesome. And then as you keep coming, you hit the kitchen, family room space, and this just blows people away.
Yeah, opens up, see great views. You can see the other building it's connected to. And then there's all these fun spaces that you can have people here. You can have multiple conversations going on, kids eating, parents having fun. It's just fantastic, inside, outside.
The deck is amazing, and then this seating space is incredible here.
And it's big. Like I can fit 10 people on that couch.
Yeah, and this mantle is awesome, just a thin sheet of metal.
Yeah, we mirrored the roof over the front door, brought it in here as the mantle. It's turned out fantastic.
I love it. Let's talk about this. Are these real plants over here?
Yeah. So my wife loves plants, and she wanted an interior garden. So we made it happen. Again, blur the boundary, inside, outside, life. Kind of a unique feature to bring into a house. So.
And this is just, how big will this tree get right here?
I hope it gets all the way up, maybe 15, 16 feet.
Oh
you can touch the leaves from upstairs.
That is so cool.
Yeah, really fun.
And then you have your kitchen, obviously, but super
Simple, clean,
yeah,
but ultra effective.
And multiple doors, like you can get out this side of the house here,
Yeah.
the back, or the front.
What's the point of having cool landscape if you can get to it?
Right.
And experience it. We can see the kids. Yeah.
No, I love this.
Yep.
So in here we have this pantry. I loved how you did this. Like you have boxes that, you know, if you're going on a hike or something,
Yes.
you can just come in and quickly grab what you need.
Yeah, we'll do snacks, fruit, all the things that you need quickly
Yeah.
that you can see, but it's a way to keep them organized so it doesn't look just trashy, you know?
Right. Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah.
And then you have another fridge in here, which is amazing, and a sink.
Yep.
Perfect little butler's pantry.
Money, and then another great view, obviously.
From the
Straight
pantry.
outside from the pantry. Gotta have those views in the pantry.
And then let's hit the laundry room,
Yep.
because this is amazing as well.
Okay, so laundry chute from upstairs.
Coming down into here,
Yep.
toss your clothes in.
Yep, and each kid has their own drawer, and then all the dirty clothes goes right over here, so you'll pull dirty clothes out, separate them, and then again, see the kids playing, great views everywhere, kind of a place you want to be where laundry's terrible. Hopefully this eases that laundry burden a little bit. It's a nice, comforting, easy place to be.
While we're here, we need to check out this back patio and talk about all these cantilevers and things you have going out here.
Creating a sense of space, floating. This whole house comes over. It's a roof for the patio. It's also a bedroom up above. And then it just cantilevers out. Engineering wise, this was a really big challenge, but it creates such a fun place. It's a U shape around the back of the house. You can see kids up on the deck. Those connect to their bedrooms. We'll probably look at that a bit. It's covered. You get to engage with the landscape and just have a great place where you're private, you're safe, it's nestled into the ground.
I love it. Let's talk about this bathroom. You guys did it very, this is a unique bathroom. I mean, you have the black toilet and sink, and then just the sanded plywood.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Yeah, just super. I love plywood. I love connecting with it. It's raw, it's atypical, so all those things kind of check my boxes. And then black was just a fun way to help accent that wood, just these monolithic chunks of black everywhere.
So
just
cool.
kind of fun, unique. And the tiles, quarry tile, laid in a unique way. So it's again a normal material utilized in a unique way to kind of set something apart. And then you got to come see these windows too.
Yeah.
So when you're doing your business, you obviously have to have a view.
Right.
That's the whole thing of the house. So you got as much glass in there as we felt like we could stand.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
Yeah, kind of fun. And then just super simple layouts. Like when you look at the floor plan of this house, it's blocked out really, really simply. It's pantry, laundry, kitchen, dining. And it doesn't look that cool, but in real life and spatiality, it connects and flows really good.
Yeah, incredible. Like right here, just towers of windows going up.
Well, why is that again? Because you can't climb stairs without a view.
Right.
You gotta have the windows in there.
Oh, I love it. And the first time coming up here, I didn't realize that this was all open to below. But
Okay.
like soon you'll have like trees coming up here
Yeah,
and stuff.
this guy
which
will grow up right there. We have a lemon tree that's going to be planted in here.
Wow.
So we'll have citrus, hopefully aromatic
Some smells and
smells
stuff.
coming through, herb garden.
So and up here you have more of the private area of the house,
Yep.
where you have all the bedrooms and then the master. Mm-hmm. I think we hit the master first.
Let's go for it. This is probably the crown jewel of the whole house.
This is incredible.
It's the most private place in the house in that it's probably the most difficult to get to, takes the longest, but when you get up here, you're perched, kind of like a tree house, and you can just see absolutely everything. Full windows everywhere, a big deck to engage with, you relax, you ponder, you sleep, you know what I mean? We'll have full drapes in here, so the sun's not gonna be a problem. But just a fantastic place to come relax and just completely deconnect and decouple from all your stress and hopefully regenerate.
Yeah, and I love how you did the bathroom, because like you guys, both sides of the bed have quick access to the bathroom here.
My wife sleeps on this side.
Nice.
And so we were up here and we're like, she can't get to the closet very easy. So we had to put this door in that was kind of unplanned, but I feel like it makes it better.
Yeah.
Open shower, soaking tub, just all the things that we kind of like. Nice materials laid out in a comforting color palette, nice, warm, inviting, homey.
Sweet. You got to check out the closet in there. It's awesome. And then
it's not big, but it's effective. It's got drawers, good organization, and then it got a cool transom window at the top there above that glass. You can see right up above you. So we have these transom windows kind of all throughout the house, and it just lets light perforate from the outside of the house to the inner center of the house, and it just helps it feel open. Views again.
So cool.
Feels really neat.
This is awesome. You step out here and it's just so peaceful. You have all the trees, amazing views.
Yeah, we can see all the way to Monte Cristo up there. You can just barely catch the corner of the lake when it's full enough.
Lake views,
which was
I love it.
Unanticipated. Yeah, lake views. Once every 5 years.
And then this, the bird walk is...
The bird walk. I might put a telescope out here.
So you can just like spy on people?
Totally. And you can look down on everyone in our neighborhood. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding about that. Just, it's the exposure, right? It's like a fun experience is standing on a cliff edge. And you have all that space. The funness of being up high.
When it looks so cool from like driving up to it too. You just have like this awesome stairway out here. And these views are incredible. Why not take advantage of them?
They're here.
Are you gonna like sit out here and read a book and like hang out all the time? I love it. You can even do like a rappelling down off
a rock wall.
Yeah,
dude, all the things. But it's kind of like a tree house too. When you're a kid, you're always climbing trees. You're getting up in those views, getting in the leaves and the branches.
Yeah.
It's just an adult version of a tree house. We have one bathroom for the kids. It's got 3 sinks in it. It's got 2 showers, but they have got opaque glass, and then we've got a soaker tub. I don't know, it's just a way to get a bunch of kids showered and ready for kids or for bed early.
I love it.
And quickly. So, and then it's obviously got a fun, unique flair. We've got some terracotta tile, some orange sinks. Way to throw it back to the mid-century vibes.
And these lights up here, so cool.
Yeah, one of our favorite light finds up there, 100%. And then the view, gotta have a view out of the bathroom. More transom windows above the showers.
And then you come into the bedrooms, and these are like a fan favorite because you have, I mean, every bedroom's unique. I guess your kids kind of got a design or had a say in some of the design in here.
This is a little girl's room, so it's a little more fanciful, some pink color, some fun light fixtures.
And then they get this little loft area, which is amazing. Yep. So cool.
Going with the treehouse theme, they can climb the ladder, get up into a loft, read books, do their homework, just have a fun place to get away and relax. And as if their bedroom wasn't enough.
Yeah. And there's 3 bedrooms here.
3, yeah. So they're kind of mirrored bedrooms.
Okay.
They're all the same size. They're all the same similar layout. We have a closet behind us here, which is cabinetry, and then we've got 2 beds in a loft. But each one kind of has a different twist based on the kid that's living in there.
Which, let's talk about the closets a little bit, because this was cool. You didn't frame them in, you just did cabinetry.
That's right.
Why'd you do that?
If you don't mind, I'm gonna come over here and show you why. So when you frame a closet in, typically you have 2x4s, so you lose a bunch of space because you put the framing in and the drywall, then you have to mount doors in the drywall, and you end up wasting space where these you can just open and you have like the maximum storage. It's really easy to access the entire height of it, where in a closet, typically that high spot's really hard to get stuff into. And you have way less labor. I have one contractor that builds the closet and installs it, rather than a framer and a drywaller and a trim work guy and a painter to put a closet in.
Efficient.
Yeah, it's efficient and it's beautiful. I get real wood. Well, anyway.
So we're off the deck. So 2 of these bedrooms have private entrances to this deck, which again, like cantilevers over.
Yeah, views, suspension, treehouse thing. Our older kids come off these 2 bedrooms, so we're not gonna be worried about them being on the deck. The youngest ones don't have an exit onto the deck, but cool place to hang out, read, homework, chill.
Jump off to the tramp.
Which no one's ever gonna do.
Yeah.
That's just unique, you know, a fun deck off the upper level for the kids. Full coverage on the roof so that they can just hang.
Well, and I love how you were able to keep this tree here.
Yeah, that was a really important tree. That is the only mature tree on our lot, and we had to prepare to save it right up next to the house, and we just had to keep paring it down a little bit to make it work, but you get to touch it, it's really close to the house, it's beautiful, it kind of has become part of the whole architecture together, and it kind of, the house, as you can see, it loops around the tree.
Yeah.
And so it's It's a really beautiful part of this house. Nature, again, right up next to the house.
Well, you guys did an amazing job of building the house
Thanks,
to
man.
suit the lot. Like, this is incredible.
Yeah, it's been a journey, but it's been worth it. I think the payoff's huge. And we get to create something that people enjoy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit different, a little bit fun to experience, and definitely fun for us to live in. So thanks for showing it around.
Last thing, let's talk about this room.
Yep.
You have like some avocado wallpaper up there. Tell me about it.
My two oldest girls, they started growing avocado from I don't know if you call it a nut or a seed,
Yeah.
but for a school project. So you have to put them in these water cups with pins, and they take forever, weeks and weeks and weeks to finally start sprouting. So they got all excited about this. We were doing avocados, and then we started this house, and they got to choose a theme, and they were just freaking out for avocado. So she found an avocado wallpaper. They grew the plants. We built this whole room kind of themed around this thing that they'd experienced in their life. So it's like, it's meaningful for them. It creates a layer of interest for a kid in a bedroom that might not otherwise care about where they sleep.
Because you would never think you could theme a room after avocados and have it look really cool, but you guys did it.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it turned out fantastic, and they love it. And we did really challenging things. A really dark wall. We did black velvet thing on the back of the beds, and it was all pretty easy to do, but I think it just really came together good.
Blends so
and it's
good.
Fun.
Well, Morgan, this has been awesome. Thanks for giving us a tour
My pleasure.
of this incredible house. And if anybody has a build job that they're looking for, or want to talk to a qualified, experienced builder, like you are the guy up here.
Thank you.
You guys can do some pretty incredible things. So
yeah, man, we've got some good practice under our belts, and we'd love to work with people who are excited about cool things or want to build their dream house, bring something cool to life.
Awesome. I love it. Well, thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.